Welcome to Eagle Eye Broadcasting Daily Announcements. Today is the last day of homecoming week, and it is actually 90s Day.
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of good dress-up winners. I don't know if you can hear Emma Creasel walking down the hallway with her pants.
Yeah.
But today is the second grade field trip, and I always thought they did that at the end of the year.
Me too.
Boone Central individual cross-country meet at 4:30, so good luck to the cross-country runners. And the homecoming dance is at 9 to 12 tonight, and the homecoming coronation's at 9:30. And if you're a candidate, be here at 9, I've heard.
Yeah. And then Saturday, September 24th, is the Central City softball invite at 9 a.m. So sorry for all those softball girls who have to go to homecoming and then get up
Michaela's
at
making
5
a nice
in the
face
morning.
right now.
What time do you guys leave?
5:45.
They leave at 5:45. So everyone, keep them in your thoughts tonight.
Also, we are sponsored by the Seed House this week.
Yes.
And for a fundraiser for Eagle Eye Broadcasting, we are selling these shirts again with this design. So I know there's links on the Facebook page, or you could just contact Mr. Peterson if you want a shirt.
Yep. Are we selling sweatshirts too and everything?
Yeah, white, blue, gray, black, and t-shirts, sweatshirts.
Okay. So they're white, blue, gray, or black, and you are selling pretty much all things that we normally sell. So t-shirts, hoodies, cotton t-shirts, performance
Whatever you
sweatshirts, cotton
prefer.
sweatshirts, whatever you prefer. So get your orders in, because that's always it's nice to have some of that, just that really generic Eagle athletics clothing.
All around
Yeah.
sports clothing.
We'll read that in the trending. And then for the announcements, 9th through 11th grades. Are you interested in studying abroad? Next year you can. There will be an informational meeting concerning the foreign exchange program on Tuesday, September 27th in room 228, which is Mrs. Whittle's room, over the high school lunch.
Is that like a foreign exchange student?
Yeah, say I couldn't next year obviously, but like we could go and we could be a foreign exchange student in another country from
That's
the United
cool.
States.
That'd be an awesome
That is cool.
opportunity. The City of O'Neill and O'Neill Public Schools will continue to offer safe drinking water as best as possible until we are able to use the fountains. Students are encouraged to continue to bring water with them to the start of school, as we need to continue to maximize the water that is being provided for our school. Only take a bottle if you are going to drink it. Keep it with you and dispose of the bottle only when it is empty.
Also, the hospital has recommended that it's best practice to wash hands with soap and water from the faucets. Dry your hands and then apply hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer has been placed in the restrooms and in the lunchroom. Please feel free to use the hand sanitizer at your discretion.
Students interested in singing the national anthem at NSA championship events, you should see Mr. Nick Hostert soon. Entries are due to the NSAA by September 30th.
And the homecoming dance will be $5 per attendee and will be charged at the door. Remember that jeans are not allowed, as the dance is semi-formal. Also, you need to get your out-of-school date signed up. Sign-up sheet is outside of Mrs. Price's office.
That's all we have for the announcements, so we will kick it over to the weather girls with Michaela and Aurora.
Good morning, OHS. We're back with your daily weather with Michaela and Aurora.
In O'Neill right now, it is currently 66 degrees. There is a high of 89 and a low of 66. It's currently clear and sunny.
As the day goes on, it will climb up into the 70s and then the lower 80s, and the chance of precipitation will be 20% by 2 p.m., which is why we're wearing our ponchos.
Yeah. good chance of rain.
Exactly.
You gotta be prepared.
Always got to be ready.
Right now looks like the humidity is at 96%.
Yeah, you can feel it. It's gross out.
Yeah. For Saturday, looks like there's a high of 79 and a low of 53. Looks like some clouds. Sunny but
Maybe
cloudy.
a chance of that tournament getting
I know.
rescheduled.
That would be nice. So that's all we have for daily weather. We're gonna go over to some national weather now.
What are those things?
Trees, I think.
No, the pink things.
Chairs? I don't know.
Oh,
Chairs.
the picture on the website is like a flooded backyard with like trees up to the tops. It looks like chairs or
Chairs,
something. I thought it was
yeah.
people at first. It kind of freaked me out. All
Flood
right.
risk to extend along 1,000 mile swath of central U.S. this weekend.
Another record of heavy rain capable of causing flooding will crawl eastward over the plains and upper Midwest this weekend, prior to stalling next week.
While hard-hit and waterlogged area of Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, and Illinois will get a break from widespread heavy rain in the short term, more storms will be brewing hundreds of miles farther west.
A copious amount of moisture will be drawn northward from the Gulf of Mexico and unload across the plains in the form of flooding downpours and locally severe thunderstorms, according to AccuWeather meteorologist China Glenn.
Areas from the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles to the western part of the Dakotas and eastern portions of Colorado and Wyoming will be at risk for localized flash flooding and severe thunderstorms during Friday and Friday night.
The risk of heavy rain and locally severe storms will increase farther to the east as the weekend progresses.
During Saturday and especially Saturday night, the storm threat will extend from parts of north central and western Texas to Minnesota.
During Sunday and Saturday night, the downpour and isolated severe storms will extend from the upper peninsula of Michigan and Wisconsin to central and eastern Texas.
The slow-moving and repeating nature of some of the storms will renew the risk of flash flooding, but not only in portions of Minnesota and Iowa.
The heaviest rainfall is likely to set up farthest south during this event.
From around Kansas City, Missouri through Del Rio, Texas, 4 to 8 inches can fall on some areas during this weekend, Glenn said.
Portions of Kansas and Missouri have received 6 to 12 inches of rain earlier this month.
Rainfall of this intensity may not only lead to flash flooding, but new rises on some area rivers.
Farther north to the Canada border, 2 to 4 inches of rain can fall at the local level.
Portions of Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin have received more than 6 inches of rain during the middle days of this week. The recent rainfall has pushed some streams and rivers out of their banks.
Even though less rain is likely to fall in these northern areas this weekend, it may not take as much rain to renew flooding.
In addition to the elevated flooding risk, some of the severe thunderstorms will carry the potential for localized damaging wind gusts, hail, and isolated tornadoes through this weekend.
Significant delays can be expected at airports such as Dallas, Oklahoma City, and Kansas City as the weekend progresses, according to AccuWeather senior meteorologist Brett Anderson.
So now we're going to go to some this day in weather history. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in 1989, trace of snow at the airport, 11 a.m., actually fell as ice pellets for 8 minutes, but counts as the earliest snow on record. The old record was a trace on September 24th, 1928.
In Kansas City, Missouri in 1993, severe early morning thunderstorms bring 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts to the area.
In the east, in 1816, snow in the Appalachians. Wow.
Crazy.
Wow. So that's all we have today for your weather. We're going to kick it over to Kim and Al in the morning.
It was the homecoming football game against West Point Beamer, and the Eagles were victorious 43-7. It was heavily a fogged game.
It
You
was
couldn't
foggy.
see much, so
It was fun though.
Definitely a fun game. Good to get the win, and then I guess tonight go to practice and dance a little bit. So that'll be good.
And then yesterday the girls golf went to Wayne. Did you hear your results on that?
I haven't heard any results. I'm guessing Nikki Gatchell did pretty good. That's just
Yes,
kind of her bread and butter.
Yes, and she's a good golfer.
She is a good golfer.
Swing a club.
But yeah, definitely a good deal there. And then
We'll
in
get you.
other news,
Today the cross country goes to Boone Central again.
shout
I think
out
that's
to
an
them.
individual invite.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
no, that might be the team one. I think the first one's the individual one.
Oh, one of them's individual, one was a team.
Yeah, I think the first one's individual because that's kind of how you decide your varsity runners. I
True.
think. And then softball will be traveling to Central City,
City.
girls varsity.
How many games do you guys play?
Invitational.
Oh, she ain't here. Never mind.
But definitely going to be a good one there. Good luck to them. And then we'll just
Keep on
leave-
rolling next week.
Yeah, we'll just leave those sports for next week. But just know that the Eagles are going to be busy these next couple weeks as we're getting right in the heart of fall sports season. So it's
Yeah.
definitely going to start picking up and being a lot of fun. And there's going to be a lot to celebrate. There's going to be a lot to celebrate around here. So definitely good with that.
We got one of our picks right so far.
Oh yeah, we did. Me and Tramer are 1-0 today. As we picked the Eagles last night, and they didn't let us down. In other news, what's his name? Brissett.
Look.
Brissett. I can't think of his first name right now. It's something Brissett. Jeremy Brissett.
Joe's.
I don't know. Anyways, he played a great game last night coming in. Tough situation where he's the third stringer with Tom Brady being out with the deflate gate. Jimmy Garoppolo getting Jacoby Brissett with him, Jimmy Garoppolo getting hurt last week in the first half. They had to turn to Jacoby Brissett.
Third
who,
string.
I don't even know if
Rookie.
he's never started a game in
No,
his
he's a
life,
rookie.
and he is 1-0 now as he led the Patriots to his 27-0 victory behind. Their running back, LeGarrette Blount, he had Blunt.
He had like 100 yards,
105
couple
yards
touchdowns.
and 2 touchdowns. So not too bad.
They
if he's
didn't
on
ask
your
too much of
fantasy
Brissett
team.
to do.
Not too bad.
He had, threw 15 times for 100 yards and 0 touchdowns. But
Hey.
he had a rushing touchdown. So he did something.
If you don't turn the ball over, take care of the ball. That's the most important thing.
Let your defense play. I
a
mean,
lot of times you'll find yourself in a
I mean,
chance to
you-
win if you take
the
care
other
of the
team
ball.
doesn't score. It's kind of easy to win, isn't it?
defense wins championships.
True.
And then in other news, the Cornhuskers play this weekend against Northwestern, 3-0 versus a 1-2 Nebraska ranked for the first time since 2014. Hopefully keep that train rolling. I know Northwestern usually plays them pretty close, so
Yeah, they do. In the past, they have.
it'll be interesting. Hopefully they can come away with a good victory and just see weekly improvement. And in other news, baseball postseason's about to get underway, and
Yeah.
we had the Chicago Cubs clinch last week, and they clinched they clinched really early. And I think they are still the only ones to clinch their division.
Yep, but I'm assuming you can probably assume that the Nationals, Dodgers, Rangers, Indians, and Red Sox will
Red
win
Sox
their
might be a
divisions.
little. I mean, they got to keep winning.
5.5 games in front. How many games they got left?
Oh, there's probably 10. You lose some. You can't drop them all.
True.
You gotta start.
No,
you gotta keep
they've
winning.
won 8 straight though, dude.
But that's true. That's true. David Ortiz is putting on a clinic in his last year, which is actually very unusual. A guy's last year usually is when he starts going downhill, and David Ortiz doesn't show any signs of.
And then in
Stop.
the wild card race, it's getting tight. American League, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 teams within a game and a half back.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's going to get tight. And then in the National League, 2 teams are tied for the first and second wild card, and then the Cardinals are half game back. So those 3 will make a good run for it.
Yeah, they will. That'll be fun. And then in professional football news, there's just not really a whole lot going on. There'll be a lot of good games this weekend, I'm sure. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting for sure. And I think that's all we have this morning for Cam and Al in the morning, except for one. Oh, I forgot. Interestingly enough, Brock Osweiler played for the Broncos
Broncos.
last season. Now the quarterback of the Texans. And he did not put on a strong showing
No.
last night.
He played
so
pretty well for the Broncos against Texans, but
He did. He did. It's just sometimes things change when you're not the backup, you're the leader. You go to a different organization.
also the Broncos aren't as good as the Texans.
No.
Texans defense is not anything compared to the Broncos.
No, and I'll also say one thing. If you're a quarterback for Bill Belichick, you probably, doesn't matter how good you are, you're going to find yourself in a winning situation at the end of the day.
Yes.
You gotta put-
more likely.
That,
not.
I mean, you're more of a systematic quarterback in that system than
Yeah.
naturally talented. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tom Brady's
He's also
full of a
he's
lot of
also
talent.
drafted 8 other quarterbacks besides Tom Brady. And who do you know? Tom Brady. You don't know anybody else.
It's because Tom Brady's been around for.
I get that, but when
you
one of
remember
those
Tom
quarterbacks
Brady
gets when one of them quarterbacks gets traded, they should be decent, right? At another program, right?
No, because he's a systematic. He's got the
No.
system, dude. He makes a quarterback good.
Colin Cowherd had a good one on him. I just can't remember what he said. It makes sense.
All right. Anyways,
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
See you later.
Why read that? I'll read the last to the first.
You're good.
Welcome to Eagle Eye Broadcasting Trending. Today is the last day of homecoming week, so we'll kind of do our ending for homecoming. To start off, we'll say the dress-up winners. So today's dress-up winners, it was the 90s. I kind of tried a little bit, not a lot, but tried a little bit.
Yeah, because they definitely had that Creighton shirt.
I know, Creighton basketball was big in the 90s, I heard, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, it was a big deal. That's why I wore the shirt, obviously.
Oh, definitely.
Obviously. But dress-up winner for the 90s are boys, McCoy Strong and the Munoz twins.
The McCoy was looking pretty good.
He was. He's looking very good, representing for the seniors. And then the girls were Kedra Somerset Simmons and Kirsten Welke. I do have to give a shout-out to the junior girls because Emma Creasel, Aurora Gutschel, Tessa Rainforth really looked nice. And Julia Bauer, they all looked really, really good today.
Julia didn't dress
Oh,
up.
well, Julia, you still look good today, buddy. And then for our final tally of our points,
This is junior high.
junior high, 8th graders landed in first with 100 points and the 7th graders with 60. So congrats to the 8th graders and good job to all in that division. Now for the high school division. We have the freshmen in 4th place. We have the sophomores in 4th place with 25 points. Freshmen in 3rd with 45 points. Juniors in 2nd with 110. And then the seniors end out on top with 125 points. So congrats to the seniors. Congrats to everyone. It was really a fun week. And everyone put together a really great video, a really great dance.
Yeah, the dances were awesome.
They were really cool, like really cool. I think that was definitely a highlight. I think next year we won't be here, but I think that should definitely be done again because that was
Yes.
probably the coolest we have ever.
I feel like
we didn't even get first or second, and I still was like
It was fun.
so fun. Like I'm not even.
it was a lot more fun than other stuff because like everybody worked on it. And
Right,
it was
and
just
you had
funny.
the posters, so the people that didn't want to do the dance still had something to do, and it was really fun. It was really cool, and I'm glad everyone got into it the way that they did.
It was a really good weekend for OHS. I mean, there's a lot of energy. Like if you go to Eagle Olympics in the next couple of years, that's something you want to make a trip to because it is one of the wildest things ever.
It is. It is so cool how much school spirit we have and how into things that we get. We do get a little competitive at times, but it's all part of the fun.
Just a tad bit.
It's all part of the fun in the end. But that is all we have today. This is all we have for you today. For the end of homecoming week trending, we will see you on Monday with something new.